Imagine having your morning coffee looking onto a super private backyard with a resort style feel with views from almost every room in the house. I'm gonna take you guys inside this 3-bedroom, 3-bath home right next to Village Park in Burlingame. Then after I take you inside the house, we're gonna check out Village Park itself, and then we're gonna go check out Burlingame Plaza. Stick with me every Monday at 5 p.m. for our latest videos, and let's go check this out. So before we pop in, I think it's worth mentioning this incredible kind of balcony sitting area out here. We are right next to Village Park. And when I mean next to, as in like there's a little setback here of I think about 6 feet, and then the park is on the other side. So stick around, we're gonna go check that out after I show you the house. But this is cool, our clients would sit out front here, just relax, you have beautiful neighborhood views. Let's kind of pop inside and check out this house. So I would call this house like a super classic Burlingame house. I mean, if you come inside and you can kind of see we've got high ceilings, we have these really cool detail of these arched doorways that personally I'm a huge fan of. We have beautiful hardwood floors with a really cool pattern kind of throughout the house. And then let's pop over here. And if we take a look at the kind of family room, living room, there's another one that I'm gonna show you guys in a minute downstairs, which is killer. People love that part of the house. But I like here, again, you get some really high ceilings. We do have a built-in wood burning fireplace. And then you can feel like this room is pretty spacious. So this house is about 2,210 square feet. Lot size is about 7,000. Most in Burlingame are gonna be about 5,000 to 6,000 square feet, especially if you're in a flat location. So what's kind of nice here is you get a little extra width, you get some extra depth in the back, and then you do get a 2-car attached garage, which if you've seen my other videos, you know that I love to talk about the garages. Personally, I think it's a huge thing. Like we own a couple houses in Burlingame and one has an attached garage and one has a detached garage, and the one we live in has an attached garage. And I think it's so awesome. I mean, most people don't necessarily park their cars in their driveway, but just be able to open the garage door and then walk right in, that's nice. But the other cool thing is when I show you guys the backyard, there's not like a garage in the back left corner or the back right corner. You just get this huge spacious feel. So anyways, I like the flow here. It kind of walks right into the dining area and then the kitchen. So check this out. I love that there's this really cool breakfast bar over here. There's actually 2 ways that you can access the backyard. One is here, one is through this other room that I can't wait to show you guys. But it's nice, you have seating here for 4. This is a really popular setup for many home buyers, just that you can sit here if you want or not, obviously whatever is your style. But if you're having friends over, people can just kind of, you can have food out here, appetizers, and then you still have all this extra space. Like countertops is a big thing. A lot of times people are like, oh my God, there's no space in the kitchen. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna chop all my vegetables? Because I know it, you guys are having vegetables for 50% of your plate, healthy plate, okay. And then you have a 6-burner Thermador range over here. Now the fridge is just kind of over here behind me, but there's just a lot of space in here. In my opinion, most buyers would prefer a home with a kitchen that kind of flows into the backyard and a kitchen where you can actually see the backyard. So when you just kind of look out here, you have a ton of light coming in. I'm looking like 50 plus feet over there. All I'm seeing is green. So it's a nice relaxing feel. That kind of drives price too. Asking price on this home is $2,795,000. I think it's a very attractive price for what it is, especially in this location being flat and walkable to so much in Burlingame. All right, now I want to pop in and show you guys the downstairs area and kind of what that's going to look like. And I really like some of the thoughtful touches down here. For example, there's a full bath just off this family room behind me. So just let's take a quick look here. You can see very kind of simple clawfoot bathtub, but this is really nice for guests who are coming over, or if you have a guest who's actually staying down here. And this is, I mean, it's okay, what are my favorite things about this house? This is one of them because you have this whole family room here. We have a TV, which is great if you're into gaming or just want to come down and not have a TV in kind of the main living area that I just showed you. So it's kind of convenient that we have this right here. Sofa, there's a piano. And then if we kind of take a look into the yard, oh my God, this is one of the best yards that you will ever see in Burlingame. This is sweet here. We have built-in fire pit area. Our clients would love to just sit here and relax and look at the backyard and get work done on their MacBooks. And it's just a fun spot because here you can kind of see the flow again from the dining room. You kind of have 2 different ways that you can access the house. You can see there's a step down here. Now this yard, like I was saying, I think it's one of the best yards that I've ever seen in Burlingame just because it is so big. I mean, sure, you could be up in the hills in Burlingame and have an even bigger yard on a 10 or 12,000 square foot lot. But if you're in a flat location, we have a pool here. I think this is awesome. In my experience, I would say some people love having a pool. Some people are less excited about having a pool, but I wouldn't let that guide you from a decision-making process. Like this here, whether you love the pool or not, this is an incredible backyard. So if you want to come in here and fill the pool, could you do that for $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 and all that? Yes, you absolutely could, and you could turf out this whole yard. You may not want to, but you could. And so that's why I always tell my clients too, if they see a pool and they're less excited about it, you can go ahead and do that. So if you're redoing the pool, a lot of times people like to have a rectangular pool because then you can have a pool cover that just kind of recesses in with the rectangle. And when you have some more of the odd shapes, then it's a little bit different. But again, in Burlingame, it's not like there's a lot of trees around here that are throwing debris in here. The pool is being cleaned, so I don't know if it'd be worth the expense or it doesn't even matter, but I think it's beautiful for what it is. And then my clients ended up putting in a hot tub here just in the last few years. And so it's nice to be able to have the spa and the pool. And then Village Park is literally right over here. Now you can't even see that there's a park on the other side of this green screen. And when you see that, and then if you kind of take a look behind me, you've got even more green screen. And then if you look over here, there's just tons of it. So again, if you're watching this and you're like, geez, I want to add more privacy to my backyard, this would be textbook example on what you could do to add a ton of privacy for low tens of thousands of dollars. All right, so we're gonna go pop up and check out the bedrooms of the house. But if a yard like this is something that resonates with you and you wanna have a house like this, give me a call. Would love to chat with you about it. And then again, love garages here. And so here we've got the one-car attached garage. Again, ceiling height is not massive, but you could fit a small car in here as our clients did. But you do have that two-car parking side by side in front, which is incredible. I'd say in Burlingame, people complain a lot about storage space. And it just kind of is what it is. So when you have a garage that's attached like this and you've got storage on both sides, that is a big deal. I know it's crazy when you're spending, $2, $3, $4, $5 million and you're like, where am I gonna put my Kirkland toilet paper or my bulk oranges that I got at Safeway? I know you're thinking the same thing I am. You know you got it. And it's just nice to be able to have that space here, which is nice. So again, you've got the ductwork here, furnace, it's all fine and normal. All right, so we're back in the main area, kind of by the front door. We just checked out the downstairs. I'm gonna show you guys the bedrooms on this house. And this is kind of what we call a split level. So it's basically half a flight of stairs. I mean, to get up to the primary, there's another half flight. And so this is the front bedroom. In Burlingame, I think the view that a home has is really important. I know you can't, it's kind of hard to see through here with the blinds, but when you're looking out, this is a really pleasant view. Way out in the distance, maybe half a mile away, you can see Mills Peninsula Hospital, which was about a $700 million new hospital that was built about 10 years ago. There used to be a hospital there before. That's where I was born, but it's just, everything's convenient. And then Burlingame Plaza is just on the other side, that which I'm gonna show you guys in a little bit. But again, this is a pretty normal sized bedroom for Burlingame. We've got the original hardwood floors, some typical ceiling height. And then for this property, we have 2 bedrooms, end of the hallway, and then we have a bathroom right here, which is pretty convenient. We got a stall shower, single vanity, kind of get the idea. And then if we come down here, this is the second bedroom. This is bigger than the first bedroom, and we kind of have this stage with a full bed and a twin bed here, but obviously you can set it up however you want. And then if we kind of look out here, we can see the top of the skylights for the lower level. And for skylights, you always got to make sure that they're sealed, that they're flash, because they can be a source of leaking. So if you buy a home with skylights, just make sure that you take really good care of them. I'm now seeing in this climate with homeowners insurance, I've had a couple clients in the last few weeks where the insurers are saying, we're gonna give you coverage for water-related losses of only up to $100,000. So that's very interesting. Insurers are obviously trying to pull back right now. So anything that's water-related, just wanna keep at the top of your mind, especially older pipes in a house. Are these things you might wanna update or refresh or just keep an eye on? The answer is yes. And then when we look into the backyard here, again, you can barely see the street over there where I can kind of see some cars going by, but it's basically just total greenery everywhere, which in Burlingame, I mean, you could be spending hundreds of thousands of dollars more for a quieter location, a better yard, an attached garage. There's so many different things that kind of go into value here just because homes in Burlingame are so expensive. I mean, last year we averaged about 14 sales per month in Burlingame, which when you kind of think about it, it's not a lot. I mean, Burlingame has buyers who come from all backgrounds and professional experiences, and that's kind of what makes this area a really fun melting pot. But that kind of comes at a premium, right? The more that you want to get and check the box on condition, flow, like you could have one home, like this home at 2,200 square feet. You could take another home for 2,200 square feet, and that could be $1 million more for the same house based on the location or the floor plan or condition. So even though if your budget is like $3 million, you know, you wouldn't be able to get everything, but if you wanted a $3 million, could you get an A location? Yes. Could you get an A floor plan? Yes. It's gonna kind of determine though, what's the square footage of the house? Could you get it a 1,500 square foot 3-bedroom that is an A location, an A floor plan? The answer is yes, but could you get the floor plan? It could be more like a B or C floor plan. So it really depends on kind of what your price range is and what your budget is, and happy to chat about that with you if you're trying to kind of figure everything out. I just want to show you here the bathroom, which is pretty cool and very different. A lot of times in Burlingame, bathrooms on second stories wouldn't really want to be in your birthday suit without dropping the blinds or anything like that. And it's cool here, it is totally private, so you just come in and do your thing. And I really like this kind of really small bathtub here, big shower, kind of dual vanity sinks, and this really cool hip design for the cabinetry. And of course, this is an incredible closet in Burlingame. I give this closet a solid A. The only time you're gonna be getting an even bigger closet in Burlingame is if you're gonna be spending $5 million on a new construction, and then maybe you're gonna get another, you know, maybe it's double the size. But for a home priced under $3 million, this closet is amazing. So right now we're only a couple hundred feet from the house, and we're gonna pump it to Village Park here. And Village Park is fantastic. I mean, you have this whole soccer field over here, which is nice and open and spread out. We have kind of this horseshoe here. So the street we're on, Eastmore, and then you have Westmore on the other side, like big surprise. And it's just this horseshoe that kind of weaves around. So you get no through traffic that comes in here. So the neighborhood we're in now is called Burlingame Village. And it's kind of the northeasternmost part of Burlingame. Doesn't really mean too much, but just to give you an orientation. We are west of California Drive, south of Truesdale, east of El Camino, and just kind of north of the Burlingame Grove neighborhood. And it's really nice because you get a lot of ranch style homes here. Most of these homes were originally 2 levels, kind of like the listing that I just showed you guys now. But in general, the neighborhood is just very popular for many buyers from that perspective. So in Village Park here, well, first of all, let me just highlight these trees are so majestic. I mean, we're in the heart of a neighborhood. We've probably got 10 redwood trees here that are, I don't know, 100, 150 feet high. I mean, we are the city of trees. There's over 15,000 trees in the city of Burlingame. And this is just, you know, every tree is inspected, I believe, at least once every 5 years by a member of the Parks and Landscape crew who are amazing in Burlingame. But over here to my left, we've got Village Park Cottage Preschool, which is really cute that we have this in the neighborhood. Check out this play structure here. What's cool in Burlingame is because we have 2 big sources of tax revenue that you might not be aware of. We have Burlingame Auto Row, which throws off pre-COVID was about $5 to $7 million a year. And then we have all the SFO hotels. So you might not know this, but all the airport hotels, with the exception of a few that are in Millbrae, almost all of them are in Burlingame. Pre-COVID, that would throw off, I think it was about $25 to $30 million a year. So Burlingame, even during COVID, didn't lay off any city employees. And so we're all really proud of that here. And because there's a strong general fund, that allows the city to continue investing in the park. So like here, I think this was about a $500,000 project. The only thing missing, in my opinion, would be some like sunshades up top, but again, just a total nit. But if you come here on the weekends, this can be totally packed. Over here, check this out. We've got full court basketball. I mean, this is what I would consider like the epitome of a neighborhood park. I mean, I can see already 2 folks out there walking with their dogs. There's a few families in here playing in the park. There's really something for everyone here at Village Park. Just want to show you before we pop over to Burlingame Plaza, we're only 2 houses down from Village Park on the other side of the first house that I showed you. But just take a look behind me. I mean, these are gorgeous homes, yet no through traffic here. This to me, it's kind of hard to beat. Again, almost here on this side of the street, these are almost all 2-level houses. On the other side of the street, let's go take a look over there. She represented the buyers on this one a few years ago. But here, again, this is pretty straightforward. Simple, like probably 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. It's probably 14 to 1,700 square feet. We've got another one here. This is cool. I'm not sure if this is a new construction. My guess is probably not. Just looks like a major renovation. Maybe they're adding a second floor. But that's kind of the nice thing about Burlingame, especially in Burlingame Village. These ranch style floor plans, I'm a huge fan of. The one level ranch style. Like, check this out. This is a cute little house. All right, now we're gonna go pop over to Burlingame Plaza and I wanna show you that. We're just driving over to Burlingame Village. It is so close, but as we're shooting this, I ended up getting a little overheated. So if you're thinking about buying a house in Burlingame, pricing wise, you're gonna be starting a 2-bedroom. It's gonna kind of be hard to be under $2 million. So you're gonna kind of be about 1.8, 1.9 to 2.3, 2.4. A 3-bedroom in Burlingame is gonna kind of start in the low 2s and then kind of top out around 3 million. I actually did a transaction a few years ago for 3.3 million. That was a 3-bedroom, but that's about where the market is now. And then a 4-bedroom in Burlingame is going to kind of start in the high 2s, and then from there is going to go up to about $4 to $5 million, and that's going to be a huge range. I mean, that 4th bedroom comes at a huge premium. If you're looking at other towns besides Burlingame, Burlingame's going to be probably the highest price per square foot. It's even higher than Hillsborough. In 2018, the average price per square foot in Burlingame surpassed the average price per square foot in Hillsborough, which is crazy. Although when you think about it, a higher square footage home is typically going to have a lower price per square foot. So if you're curious about what your dollar can get you in Burlingame at any price point, or Burlingame's maybe just feeling less up your alley, a majority of my clients that I represent are not in Burlingame, even though I do a lot in Burlingame. So I'd love to chat with you and help you give an idea of what your dollar will get you. All right, so we're in Burlingame Plaza here, and just want to give you a sense. It kind of has a strip mall feel. It's very different from Broadway or downtown Burlingame, Burlingame Ave. But just to give you an idea, like we have a Happy Donuts here, we have a hair place, Tiger Tea and Juice. There's a Korean noodle bar over there. Little Luca, let's check that out. This is a specialty sandwich shop. We have a credit union. There's a really good bar and grill over there called American Bull. And then right next door to that is Lunardi's, which is a great grocery store. And then just in the other side over there, there's even a Chipotle. It's pretty convenient. What's nice about Burlingame Plaza, it's in the northwestern part of Burlingame. So if you lived in Mills Estates, Burlingame Hills, Burlingame Village, or East Addition, you don't have to go to downtown Burlingame. I mean, nothing is more than a 10-minute drive in Burlingame, but you know, here it's like really convenient. So like, let's check out here, Little Luca. We are shooting this now a little after 2 o'clock, and let's see how many people are in line, which is pretty cool. They've got everything in here. And you can see, I mean, this is really, really fun. No one knew that we're coming here, but yeah, this is great. I mean, you get pretty much any kind of deli sandwich that you want. And this is a massive, what did you order?
Turkey.
Turkey. Are you gonna eat all that right now?
No, it's too big.
Too big. Okay, it's good value. Yeah. This is fun. Little Luca. Oh my God, that is fun. What good sports. I mean, we do want to showcase the fun businesses that we have here, and Little Luca is a Burlingame institution. And you know a place is good when there's a line at 2 p.m. because people in Burlingame are very discerning and specific about what they like. So anyways, that kind of gives you a sense a little bit about Burlingame Village on pricing. But if you're thinking about making a move to Burlingame, within Burlingame, or anywhere within San Mateo County, I'd love to be your Peninsula real estate resource of choice. So give me a call, shoot me an email, whatever it is. Appreciate the opportunity to support you in your home buying or selling journey. Check out this video if you'd like to learn a bit more about this topic or this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.